So this hype train for AMD just keeps getting better and better and better. And with NVIDIA's kind of yield issues that they're having with being able to produce their own cards, AMD really has some space to kind of capitalize some market share. This is actually really good. So according to recent benchmarks posted from Igor's lab, WCCF Tech, and Kitty Yuko, the Radeon RX 6800 XT appears to have beaten the RTX 3080 and or be on par in some synthetic benchmarks. So take a look at some of these benchmarks here. One of the interesting things that stands out is that Firestrike really seems to favor Navi 21 in this situation. But TimeSpy is actually still looking pretty decent for the 3080 here. Mind you, I don't think this is the biggest Navi card, but in general, I mean, just being able to get this type of performance, albeit a synthetic benchmark, still is looking really good on the AMD side. One thing to take notice of is that, you know, there really isn't any kind of CPU information regarding what Navi was using. So that is something to take into account. It does say that the i9 900K at 5 gigs was used in kind of some of these benchmarks here. I had seen a couple other benchmarks that were posted stating that this was a 1440p benchmark. So, you know, I would just have to kind of take these things with a grain of salt. But still, as leaks, it's still looking really good, actually. One of the things that I, did notice while reading some of the articles going around is that Navi 21 seemed to, have struggled a bit when it comes to ray tracing. Not that there's that many ray tracing games on the market right now, but nevertheless, going forward in the future, this is going to be something that is probably going to be vital. So now, with all things, again, I cannot stress this enough, take this with a bit of skepticism, no matter how good the hype train may currently look. We do know that in the past, the Radeon 7 actually looked really good against previous generations, but at the same time, when it came to real world gaming performance, it left a lot to be desired, especially at the $1,000-ish price point that it was at. If this does translate over into real world performance, however, this could be something like AMD potentially taking the crown in both the CPU and GPU market. More specifically with the GPU market, we haven't seen anything like this since the 9800 Pro. So this competitive only makes it better for the industry as a whole, because when these companies are competing around the same level, they have to either lower prices or put out better products and not just kind of go with the status quo. And this is really good news, because I'm sure Intel on the kind of CPU side of things would have been more than content to keep putting out 14 nanometer processes for eternity. I mean, let's just be honest, they had no competition from AMD for almost 10 years, other than maybe that not even the server space. It was just no competition whatsoever. And we are looking at Intel really show that they really had no incentive to put out anything else going forward. So anyways, that's neither here nor there. Please tell me what you think in the comments below. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and follow my socials. I will be putting out more tech news as the launch of Big Nami goes ever closer on the 28th.